faces, there is pain. Lift the sky, go further, push through the edge. We know how to be a hot mess. And we know how to be a hot mess, hot mess. All the places we have crashed. And we know how to run these streets. We know how to be a mess. Light them fires, run with the gases, taste the forbidden fruits. We love too much. We know how to be a hot mess, hot mess. All the places we have crashed. We know how to run these trains. We know how to be.
Welcome everyone, welcome to the show, welcome to Taekwondo. My name is Petra Verbruggen and it's fantastic to see you here. Unfortunately, I do see that I do have a little bit of a internet problem, so I hope that it's still going well enough for you to follow this video. Welcome, my name is Petra Verbruggen and I am the host of the show. I will go live every single Monday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, 7 p.m. if you live in the UK, 2 p.m. if you live on the eastern side of the US, and that's unfortunately also where New York is. So I pray for you guys, of course, that everything will go better as soon as possible, but it's also here in the Netherlands, of course, as well. Then 11 a.m. if you live on the western side of the US, and that's and of course then on Tuesday 6 a.m. if you live in Australia, and 8 a.m. if you live on the east on the east coast of Australia. So let's check if I have some viewers that are live, because you can react live to the show as well. I see Rudy Engels, he's over on YouTube. He is saying, here are those strange Belgians. I see Larry Miller in the house as well. He's on Facebook. Paul Dixon, he is waving, and I'm waving back to you. Paul Dixon, how are you, sir? It's a long time that I've seen you here on the show. And Floyd is in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and welcome to you, sir, as well. And of course, also my trustworthy dad, he is also still doing fine. Thank you so much that he is also here in this studio. All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about lights, and specifically the Elgato Keylights today. But before I do, I will also show you some other lights that I have in front of me. But before I do that, let's start the show. Let's do this thing. Once again, welcome to the show. My name is Petra Verbruggen, and if you want to support the show, that is possible. The way that you can support the show is to go to taekwondo.net/support, and there you will find the way to do that. And for some reason that is not popping up, but I'm gonna make that happen myself. I have to just figure out where it is. There it is. Okay, so I'll just do it myself then. There you go. Visit Taekwondo, and indeed my name is then Petra Verbruggen. This is my name. Sorry for that, guys. Somehow it didn't work today. So we're gonna talk about lights, and I've got a lot of lights. I actually got I took all the audio video cameras out there today. So first and foremost, these are the lights that I have been using for quite some time already. I have here my old light, the trustworthy light that I had in the studio. It's a very big light, as you can see. It has these nice flaps, and it has been a very nice product for a long time. Actually, until about 3/4 of a year ago, I used these lights, and I'm still using these lights for on-location work. They're absolutely gorgeous. They have about 600 LEDs, and you can set the color temperature right here for 55,000 Kelvin to 3200, sorry, 5500 and 3200 Kelvin, and 3200 Kelvin is let me go here. 5500 is like white light, like the light that you have outside, and 3200 is tungsten light. It's more yellowish from how it looks. I also have, of course, other lights. So if you look into the more smaller lights, I have the Godox LED 64, which is a very nice light. It's very small. It works like a charm. You can switch it on. It's battery. You have batteries on it, and you can then change the light like so by changing the, well, let's say, volume of the light. And it also has the possibility to have a adapter for it, but it's a separate product that you have to pay. So this is what it looks like from nearby. So it's quite small, and this is the other side. Now, what I do like about this light actually is that it actually has a multitude of ways to connect other lights as well. So you can actually have a light connected here, there, or there, but it's also for the hot shoes, the cold shoes. So if you want to change the location, because you need to have that location, you can just, well, oh, sorry, that's not on this one. Sorry. I forgot about that one. So what you can do is that you can put this one right here. That one you can put right there. That's the way that it works. Sorry for that. Then another light that I really like, I really recommend, is the Lume Cube version 2. There's also a version 1, of course, but this one is very sturdy. It's from aluminum or aluminium, depending on which language that you speak. Well, English, but of course it's different. And this is what it looks like up front, like so. So it actually has these very nice magnetic filters. So this is one filter that you can put on, and they are stackable. So you can have a multitude of these filters. Oh, but they're very magnetic. So you can remove this one and then add this one on top of it again, like so. So that is very nice. So that also means that it's a very powerful, and that you can have a lot of different possibilities. Now, I did see just recently that these lights right there, they actually also have these barn doors. That's what they call it. They are called. That's what I just called those flaps. So these are barn doors. So you can open them up, and then what you can do with those barn doors is actually that you can change the way that the light reacts. So if I do like so, you get this really nice like bar across with a light bar across your subject, maybe like your eyes or so. It's really nice dramatic effect. So that is one thing that you can do as well. Again, these have been my friend for a long time. but we're talking today specifically about the replacement of these. So I am not using these anymore in the studio. I've not been using them for quite a long time, so this review, so to speak, has been quite over the time already, but I just want to talk about it anyway because I think it's important. Last light that I have to talk about, again putting that I got on it, is the bling. And what did I like about this one? And this one is actually comes as a high recommendation by David Foster from Live Streaming Pros, so I have to thank him for that. And that is this light right here, the Bling PI Vlogger. It's a color light, so you can actually switch it on and have different colors. So for instance, blue, like so. But you can also change the color to purple, to red, to whatever. I typically want to use this if I'm on location. I want to have a little bit of the same look and feel that I have here. So I want to have this blue backdrop. Then this is going to help me quite dramatically with just one light, which is really cool. And what it comes with is, of course, a way to charge the battery inside of it, so that there's a lithium battery inside of it that you can charge by USB-C. That is also connected with it, or created with it. And I'll just put that one back. And now we're going to talk about the star of the show, and that is the light that you're watching for this. But before I show you what that is, let's check if there are some people that have some things. Oh yes, indeed, that is the case. So Larry says, "Hey, I'm in your intro." Yes, you are, my friend. You definitely are, of course. And he says, "Thanks." You're welcome. You know that. Okay. So next up is the star of the show, and that is this light right here. So this is the Elgato Keylight, and it is a very nice light. It's quite thin, and it's part of this studio, so I cannot really show it in real life, because otherwise, yeah, what's the point, right? But it comes with this really nice aluminum pole that it's fully adjustable for length, and so that's where it comes with. So you don't have to buy that separately. And another thing that is really cool, it does come with an app that's running on your PC. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like in a minute. Let's go to my screen. Not that. Oh, there you. No, that one. Okay, so I'll show you how that looks like. You're right here. So this is my my production, and if you click on this icon right there, you'll see it here popping up. So let's zoom in a little bit on that, so you'll see that live. I don't care, because, well, that's possible for me now. So I'll just zoom in oh, it's not working. Okay, then it's not working. Okay, so but you saw it, right? So it's right here in this area, and here you can just change the amount of light. Let me take the other one. So the amount of light, and it's almost gone now. So now you see it if it's almost completely dark. And let's put it back on 10%, because that's enough in the studio. And let's go back to my screen right here. So, but that's not the only way of changing it. So that's the good thing, is that you don't have to have like a remote and change it. You can actually change it via your computer, your Windows computer. But I forgot my phone. There is also a phone app that you can use, which is basically the same thing that you saw on your on the Windows box. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me at this moment, but I forgot my phone. But you can also use the Stream Deck. So you know that this is the Stream Deck right there. So this is the one that I also use to switch between the screens. So if I press this button right there, let's change this. And if I change back, then you are here. But I can also use, I can also show how it works in a side-by-side setup. So let's show that. There you go. And so this is the Stream Deck that I use to switch the show again, so I can go between all of those cameras here. But I can also go via. I can also go to another page, like so. So let's do one per back. So this is vMix. If I go to the next page, this is where I also have my settings for the different lamps. So if I press this button right here, then of course it's the other one, but let's go with this one. Then you see that it turns off after a while. If I press this button again, it switches on. If I want to get a full load of light, I just switch this one, and now it's fully loaded. There you go. I see that I made a mistake in the columns here. I want to go back, then I can do that right like so, and now everything is back to normal. So that is the beauty of this this device, is that you can actually totally have control via the Stream Deck that I have right here. So let's go back to the screen. There you go, and see if there are some. Hey, I see Stuart is in the house. Welcome, Stuart. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, sir? Is everything fine? Are you okay? You're in the area of New York, so I'm a bit worried about you. And Floyd has he says it's such a good light. You need it for the show. A height recommendation, and you would not replace the light to show it for the show because, yeah. So that would be not an okay thing. So if you would change it for the show, then what? That's not a good idea, to be quite honest, right? Because it's so good. I really do like that light. So that is the Elgato Keylight. Now, that being said, let's go to the website of Elgato, because it used to be the only... I have to stand up a little bit because of my setup at this moment. Because Elgato nowadays does have another light as well, and in order to show that, I need to go to their page, and here you see that it actually has a smaller version. Oh, go back. There you go. They have a smaller version of the light as well, which is really cool, especially if you don't have a big studio setup and you don't have a lot of space. Then that will work quite dramatically. And I do see that they are using a nice Sony camera, I think it is. So that is a very nice setup there. So I hope that was welcome. And also, before I forget, I want to say hi to Blanco Productions. G'day, sir. What's going on? How are you? Okay, so you just saw a lot of lights coming your way, so it's I hope that it also shines a little bit more bright in your ideas. It gives you some ideas, so you can go with these lights that you can control. Wait a sec, just get these out of the way for a bit. Oh, not that one, that one. So you can make this these lights, which are really good, but then these lights did come with one added value, is that they could switch on automatically. So that is what I liked about these lights. So I could just have like a power on button and then everything in the studio turned on automatically. These lights do not do that. So that is one point of failure. Another thing that I liked about these lights is that these lights actually had the possibility to add a battery. So you could put a Sony battery in there, and then with the Sony battery you could just use them on location. And that's exactly why I have still use for them, because I do very much so go on location. Not during the corona pandemic, but normally I do. Normally I go out and I use these as well. So they're definitely still in use. For my mobile set, I used to use this one. Now I still use that to bring additional lights to my studio, because sometimes, especially for the top level here, this light, I actually need a little bit more light to make it just a little bit more better. So that's the reason why I still use these, but then not in a full capacity. And what I do, which I really like when I'm on location and I'm for instance in an hotel and I want to still present the show, I use the blue light from the vlogger light and the Luma Cube, the Lume Cube. This is this one right there. So that one I use. Oh, wrong way around. This one I use quite a lot, and this one I will also use quite a lot, which is by Bling, and it's a very nice camera. So camera light, of course, a light. That's what it is. Okay, I do see some people coming on, so I just want to say hi to them. So Kathleen, late to the party, but I'll catch up when I missed. Kathleen, you did miss quite some. I did do a small summary, so you didn't miss a lot. So, but definitely go and check it out. It was all about lights today. And I do see that you guys are also talking to each other, which I really, really, really like. Thank you so much for taking the time. Again, I do see that my stream indicators are very much going haywire at this moment. So I hope that the bandwidth is still good enough that you have some good signal. But that is what I have for you today. Now, that being said, of course, next week I will be coming back from my studio. And what I'm going to talk about then is the Bird Dog Mini. I will talk about it. I'm actually using it at this moment as well. So I actually had it also for quite some time, but I've never had a proper review on that topic. So that is what we're going to talk about next week. And I am actually using a nice Lego base to hold them up at this moment. So, but that's another thing for another story. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and please be careful. Just keep your distance. And they said it's 6 feet or 1.6, 1.7 meters. But there are now also people that say that if you're in an enclosed room and it's then it can actually be up to 7 meters. Now it's getting better out there, so it's a better weather here in the northern hemisphere. But be very careful out there, okay? Stay safe. Yeah, the internet is unhappy for your stream, but it's looking good. Okay, good. Thank you. And if so, you are excited as I am. If so, are you excited? Oh, wait. Whoa, I forgot. I didn't see your question. Sorry. Hey, Petra, quick question, off topic. Did you hear about the A10 Mini Pro? Yes, I did. Are you excited? Yes, I am excited. Now, I do have already the A10 Mini. So for me, the added value of having the A10 Mini Pro is still not enough, because let me explain to you why I say it that way. So I have been going away from the ATEM television studio, which was like 8 years ago, and I actually figured out that I personally liked having a software product more than a hardware product. Now I have to explain that to you because it's very important. The ATEM Mini, well, no, let me just rephrase that. All ATEM switchers are stellar. I like them a lot, and definitely something that you want to look into if you also have budget for the additional gear that you have to buy on top of that, because the ATEM switcher only switches. You can't run intros. You can't do a lot of additional steps. So yes, you can have a piece of text that you see right here below me, but you cannot have it change and have some animation in there. It's not 100% true what I'm saying here, I know, but it's quite difficult because you also need to take into account the alpha channel, and that's everything that's in the software. So I don't have to worry about that. With the ATEM Mini, I need to worry about that. If I want to record this video for later use, I can. With this software, you could not do that without an additional hardware product, like for instance a USB stick or a USB drive, because it's already integrated into your PC. Next to that, triggers you have. So that's what you have. Another thing that used to be a big problem, that's now with the ATEM Mini and the more expensive Television Studio Pro, you didn't have cross converters in the past. Now you do, I think, in most cases. Now, am I still very happy with it? Yes. Yes, it's a fantastic product, and I am using my ATEM Mini as a companion to my mobile set. So again, if I want to put something in my backpack, I put in my laptop, I put in my ATEM Mini, I put in this camera, the 6400, fantastic camera, and a microphone, and I'm good to go. And maybe I'm adding a second camera because I do have multiple cameras here as well. So maybe I want to add this camera that I have right here, just out of. Let me try to. This camera. Oh, you cannot see it. It's too far away. But that camera right there, I also maybe want to bring along with me. So I hope that makes sense a little bit. Got it. Good point. Can't wait for mine. Oh, yes. Please let me know what you think about it. I mean, I still think it's good stuff. And don't get me wrong. I do like ATEM. I do like them. But not for me. That's what I wanted to say. Kathleen says, YouTube, please say hi to your dad for me. I will. I will call him right after this, so I will tell him. And thank you so much for watching. Everybody that's here. I see Blanca Productions over on YouTube. I see Kathleen on Facebook. Also on Facebook, Stuart. Floyd is on YouTube. Paul Dixon is on YouTube. And Larry Miller is on Facebook. And Rudy is on YouTube. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Really, really appreciate that. And if you want to support the show, then please go ahead and go to taekwondo.net/support and see if you can support me there. But it's already enough to be here because I really like the interaction. Thank you so much for watching. Next time, it's going to be about the burdock. Have a good one. Have a fantastic week, guys. And again, stay safe. Bye-bye.